All right, a huge hello to all 3,132 of you who have applied for the Telangana Assistant Public Prosecutor exam. The official TSLPRB press note is finally out, and we're going to break down exactly what you need to know, starting with the one thing I know you've all been waiting for. So, for weeks, you've all been waiting, right? Planning, wondering. Well, guess what? The single most important piece of information, the date that's going to shape your entire study schedule, has finally been announced. And there it is, 14. That's the number. Circle it, highlight it, tattoo it on your brain, because this is the date you are working towards, on the 14th of
December 2025. And it's a Sunday, so let's be crystal clear. Your tentative exam date is Sunday, December 14th, 2025. This is your North Star. Everything you do from this point on has to be aimed squarely at this date.
Okay, so we've got the date locked in. Now, what does the actual exam day look like? Knowing the structure is absolutely key to managing your time and, just as importantly, your energy on the big day.
The day is split into two halves, two very different papers. In the morning, you've got paper 1 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's 3 hours for 200 objective multiple-choice questions. Then you get a break, and in the afternoon from 2:30 to 5:30, it's paper 2, a 3-hour descriptive paper. This means you need two different mindsets, two different strategies.
So, where are you going to be taking this thing? The press note says it'll be in Hyderabad and its surrounding areas. You'll get the exact details about your specific exam center on your hall ticket, which, of course, will be released closer to the date. For now, just plan on being in the Hyderabad area.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about who you're up against. It's so important to understand the landscape of this recruitment, to know the field you're competing in, and the official data gives us a really clear picture. 3,132, that's the final count of applications they received. That's the scale we're talking about. That's your competition.
And if we break that down by gender, we're looking at 1,908 men and 1,224 women who have applied. So it's a really substantial field with strong representation all around.
Now, this is interesting. Looking at the community categories, almost half, 47% of applicants, are from the BC category. That's followed by 26% from SC, 18% from OC, and 9% from ST. It really highlights just how diverse the pool of candidates is for these roles.
Okay, let's get into the big one, the syllabus. I know, it looks massive, it seems overwhelming, but trust me, it's not unconquerable. The trick is to approach it systematically. So let's break it down into pieces you can actually work with.
First things first, these are your absolute core subjects. You've got to know these inside and out: the Constitution, Criminal Procedure Code, Indian Penal Code, and the Evidence Act. Now, the super important part here is that the syllabus specifically says you need to be aware of the new criminal laws, the BNSS, BNS, and BSA. And then you've got the criminal rules of practice. This is your foundation. All right, take a deep breath, because next up are the 47, yes, 47 minor acts. Now, looking at that list can make anyone's head spin, so the best way to tackle this is to chunk them together by theme. It makes them so much easier to study and remember. Let's start with our first group. So, this first group is all about social and civil rights. These are all interconnected laws designed to protect vulnerable groups in our society. As a future prosecutor, you need to understand the big picture here, and studying them together really helps you connect the dots.
Our next bucket of acts focuses on the money side of things: economic, financial, and procedural stuff. You've got everything from corruption and bounced checks to IT crimes and shady deposit schemes. These acts are the toolkit for prosecuting white-collar crime.
Now, this third group is really serious stuff. It's all about national and special security laws. We're talking about the Arms Act, NDPS, and some very heavy legislation like UAPA and the National Security Act. These subjects require some really careful and detailed study. And finally, and you absolutely cannot sleep on these, we have the Telangana State Acts. Your local knowledge is going to be tested here. A solid command of acts like the State Excise Act, the Gaming Act, and the Prevention of Dangerous Activities Act is totally non-negotiable. Okay, I really want you to pay attention to this slide because this is a direct quote from the official note. It's basically a giant flashing sign telling you what to do. Special emphasis on pleading and drafting for paper 2. They are not hiding the ball here. This is a directive. Your success in that descriptive paper is going to hinge on how good you are at these two skills.
All right, so we've covered a ton of ground.
The date, the competition, the entire syllabus. Let's pull it all together into a simple, clear checklist that you can use to guide your next moves.
So, here's your game plan, your path forward from today. Number 1, December 14th, 2025 is locked in your mind. Number 2, build a study plan that balances those huge core subjects with the smaller groups of minor acts. Number 3, and I'm going to say it again, make pleading and drafting practice for Paper 2 a daily priority. And finally, number 4, just keep your eyes peeled for official updates on hall tickets.
So there you have it. You've got the information, you've got the date. Over 3,000 other candidates are right now starting to build their lives around that one day. So the only real question left is, are you ready to do what it takes? Your journey starts right now. Good luck.